Okay, hi everyone. Here I am again. My name is Miss Antonita Dumabok, fourth year college student, taking Bachelor Secondary Education major in Computer Science. Today I'm going to conduct my teaching demonstration based on my lesson plan that I made. So we are in week 5, week 6 today, or module 06. So, um, before I will start, I will show you my detailed education lesson plan. This is my education lesson plan. Okay, so this is the one I preferred for this lesson plan. Okay, so our objective for today, at the end of the lesson, the student should be able to know the importance of word processor application in the education system. And second, understand the effect of this application to students and teachers and the guidelines in using the effectively in education. This is our objective for today. So before we start our topic, I just want to request to all of you, please stand up and we will pray first. Okay? So in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, Amen. Thank you, Lord, for guiding us. And please be seated. Now I'm going to check our attendance to know everybody is present. So good to know everybody is here. Thank you, and let's proceed our topic for today. So today we will tackle about the application for classroom instruction word processing application. Class, what is application for classroom instruction word processing application? The objective of this module is to explain the impact of word processor application in the education system. The module discusses the effect of this application to students and teachers and the guidelines in using the effectively in education. So word processing software, I'll make bigger this one. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Word processing software is used to manipulate and text documents, such as resume or report. You typically enter by typing, and software provides tools for copying or deleting and various types of formatting. Some functions of word processing software include creating, editing, saving and printing documents, or copying, pasting for motivating and deleting text within the documents, and formatting text such as font types, bolding, underlining or italicizing, or create and editing tables, and inserting elements from other software such as illustration or photographs, or next, correct spelling and grammar. There are a number of different word processing applications. One of the most widely used one is Word, which is part of Microsoft Office. Another widely used one is WordPerfect by Corel Corporation. And the third one is Writer, which is part of OpenOffice by Apache. While the first two are commercial software, OpenOffice is open source and can be downloaded and used free of charge. Finally, there is Page, which is part of iWork by Apple. These are the word processing software. Importance word processing software in education. Perhaps no other technology resource has had as great an impact on education as word processing. Not only does not word processing offer high versatility and flexibility, it also is model first instructional software. That is, it reflects on no particular instructional approach and model-based instructional software. That is, reflects no particular instructional approach. Teachers can use it to support any kind of directed instruction or constructivist activity. It offers many general relative advantages to teachers and students, which includes saves time. Word processing helps teachers use preparation time more efficiently by letting them modify materials instead of creating new ones. Writers can also make corrections to word processing documents more quickly than they could on a typewriter or by hand. Enhance documents appearance. Materials created by word processing software look more polished and professional than handwritten or typed materials do. It is not surprising that students seem to like them improved appearance that the processing with any templates that are part of software suits today. Allow sharing of documents. Word processing allows materials to be shared easily among writers. Teachers can exchange lesson plans, worksheets, or other materials on desk and modify them to fit their needs. Students can also share ideas and products among themselves. Allow collaboration or documents, especially since the release of Google's Doc Teachers, and students can now create, edit, and share documents synchronously. Issues in using word processing. What is issue in using word processing? When should the student start word processing? Word processing software designed for young children is available, and school can introduce word processing to students as young as 4 or 5 years old. Some educators feel the word processing will free students from the physical constraints of handwriting and free them to develop written expression skills. Others worry that it will make students unwilling to spend time developing handwriting abilities and other activities requiring fine motor skills. Is it necessary to teach keyboarding skills? Discussion is ongoing about whether students need to learn keyboarding, 10 fingers typing to the computer, either prior to or in conjunction with word processing activities. Some educators feel that the extensive time spent on keyboarding instruction and practice could be better spent on more important skills, and students will pick up typing skills on their own. What effect does word processing have on writing? While no researchers have conducted formal studies of the impact of frequent word processing use on handwriting legibility, computer users commonly complain that their handwriting is not what it is used to be, ostensibly because of infrequent opportunities to use their handwriting skills. What impact does word processing have on assessment? Some organizations have students answer AC type questions with word processing rather than in handwriting. Many school districts also allow students to word process their writing test. This practice introduced several issues or reviewed research that found that students. Next, what impacts that word processing have on assessments? Some of organizations have students answer AC types test questions with word processing rather than in handwriting. Many school districts also allow students to word process the writing test. This practice introduces several issues or earlier in review research that found that students word process composition tends to receive lower grades than handwritten ones do. This surprising finding indicates that educational organizations allow students to choose either handwriting or word processing must be careful to establish guidelines and special training to ensure that raters do not inadvertently discriminate against students who choose word processing. Guideline in using word software application. We have bad habit or why is it wrong and what should you do instead. Using more than two fonts in the documents is just look up unprofessional. You do not want your wonderful work to end up looking like a ransom note. Stick to one font for heading and one for main text. Use bold, italics, or colors to emphasize text. What should you do instead? Better practice. Use only two fonts at the most, one serif and one sans serif, or never mix two serif or two sans serif. Use bold on heading for more impact on bold or italic. Inspiringly for emphasis. Typing headings using all capitals. Typing in all capitals in the text while equivalent of shouting. It also looks old-fashioned. It is as it was used to. Better practice use to emphasize text on a typewriter before alternative methods become available. Better practice, use bold and or increases font size and alter paragraph spacing to make your headings stand out best. Practice apply the above formatting as a part of a style. Okay, next, underline and centering headings. This just look old-fashioned. Again, it was used to distinguish between headings and body text when no alternatives were available. See above, centering should only be used on a front page when everything is centered. Mixing alignment should be avoided if possible. Presenting the enter key twice and at the end of a paragraph to get an extra line or space. The space does not belong to either the paragraph above or below, so if you try to rearrange your paragraphs, the space get left behind and you have to go through checking all your spacing is back at the right place. Better practice alter the paragraphs option to add automatic space after each paragraph. Best practice alter the paragraph option for normal styles and make sure it is applied to new documents so that all further documents are automatically have the space added. Presenting the enter key twice at the end of a paragraph or get an extra time of space. The space does not belong to either the paragraph above or below, so if you try to rearrange your paragraph, the space gets left behind and you have to go through checking all your spacing is back in the right place. Better practice alter the paragraph option to add automatic space after each paragraph. Best practice after the paragraphs option for normal styles and make sure it is applied to new documents so that all further documents automatically have the space added. Using the button and option in the font group on the home ribbon to apply formatting to make your heading and stand out from the rest of your text. You need to change many things, usually font size bold at the least to make the heading stand out, and doing this to its heading will make time you do not have. Even if you use Format Painter, you will have to find every heading if you want to make a change. Better practice, apply a heading style to each space for text you wish to make into a heading, and modify the style and all headings will automatically update. Best practice, create a template that has all the heading styles you like to use already set. Apply this to your text needed. Presenting the space bar to tab key several times to move text. The size of a space are different depending on the font and text. Better Presenting the spacebar a tab key several times to move text over from the left. The size of a space are different depending on the font and text. Size on its size, so it is impossible to line things up if they have slightly different formatting. If you use the back key, the tab key, you can only indent in jumps of half an inch. Also, several key presses are needed where one could be used. Better practice, sets a new tab at the position you want the text to be indented, and then you will only need to press once to get exactly the point you need. Alternatively, if you need the intended to last of several lines of text, use the intended features of create the white space on the left instead. Tabulating our information using the tab key. Whilst you will have control of where items are positioned horizontal, you will have no control if a vertical spacing and will not be able to easily add lines or shading. Better practice, insert a table instead. You will gain more flexibility and you can format it to have lines and shading if you wish. You can still include tabs within table column if you need to, although this is usually only needed for decimal alignment. Okay, these are the guidelines in using Word software application. So spreadsheet in education. What are the spreadsheet in education? Why teacher use spreadsheets? Spreadsheets programs are in widespread use in classroom at all levels of education. Teachers use them primarily to keep budgets and grade books and to help teach mathematical topics. They offer teachers and students several kinds of unique benefits. Save time. Spreadsheets save a valuable time by allowing teachers and students to complete essential calculation quickly. They save time not only by making essential calculation faster and more accurate, but their automatic calculation features also make it easy to update the product such as grades and budgets. Entries also can be changed, added, or deleted easily with formulas that automatically calculate final grades. Organized display of information. Although spreadsheet programs are intended for numerical data, this capability to store information in columns makes them ideal tools for designing informational or charts such as schedules and attendance lists that may contain few numbers and no calculation at all. Support asking what if questions. Spreadsheets help people visualize the impact of changes in numbers, since values are automatically or recalculated when changes are made in a worksheet. A user can play with the number and immediately see the result. This capability makes it possible to pose what-if questions and to answer them quickly and easily. Increase motivation to work with mathematics. Many teachers feel that spreadsheets make working with numbers more fun. Students sometimes receive mathematical concepts as dry and boring. Spreadsheets can make these concepts so graphic that students express real delight with seeing how they work. There are the spreadsheets in education. So next, research on the impact of spreadsheets use. Although spreadsheets are widely believed that help students visualize numerical concepts better than other non-dynamic tools or raw studies have attempted to capture their comparative impact or achievements. Studies show, however, that spreadsheets can be useful tools for teaching concepts in many areas, including algebra, problem solving, methodology, and also statistic block and calculus. The literature content numerous are testimonials by teachers who have used spreadsheets successfully in teaching topics ranging from mathematics to social studies. These are the research on impact of spreadsheet use. Issues in using spreadsheets. One of the few disagreements about spreadsheets in education is whether to use them to keep grades or to really instead of grade-keeping package designed specially for this purpose. Spreadsheets usually offer more flexibility in designing formats and allowing special purpose calculation functions, while gradebooks are simpler to use and requires little setup other than entering students' names and assignments grades. Teachers appear to be about evenly divided on this issue. The choice comes down to personal preference. Okay, these are issue in using spreadsheets. So this is our topic for today. Application for classroom instruction word processing application. And that's all. Study hard and good luck to all, and see you the next module. And I hope that do you understand our topic for today. And our next topic are use of PowerPoint presentation as educational technology. So this is all about the computer. So see you next time, and goodbye.